Welcome to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. I'm going live on TikTok and Instagram at the same time. We are live on Instagram. Having some issues with TikTok. Okay. I'm going to say we're live on TikTok. Okay, we're going live on TikTok. They're giving me the countdown. All right, for those who are here from Instagram and TikTok, after Kung Fu Havoc number 2, the 242 that I have. All right, we're going to continue off with front bound fighting and how to escape and how to engage, especially if you are not a good fighter. Gatorade, I need a job. This stuff. And you also need bigger cans with bigger flavors, like the store brand flavors, other than the cool blue and the orange. All right, so we're gonna continue with bound fighting. Before we begin, I will say that the first thing and foremost, and the most important thing is, do not attempt this at home. Now, because I got interrupted, I will do a special sabatu with your hands bound in front. All right, so that's to make up for the shit that we lost. I do not recommend you to try any of this shit at home and without proper training. And also, I say this every time: there is nobody living a life who is necessarily gonna have to fight with your hands tied. But it's better to know that you can, and to quote Commander Shepard, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Right? So that being said, I gotta adjust to TikTok because they got a gangster lean. All right. And to everybody who was here earlier and I didn't invite you on, I apologize. It's kind of hard to answer questions when you're putting your air from such a distance from the machine. I do not have 50-50 vision, and if I'm not close enough to read, I can't actually answer any questions. So we can do an question and answer section after if you like. If there's nobody here by the time I'm done with this demonstration, then I'm just going to end the live and end the TikTok video, the YouTube video, and we're going to call it a day. For everyone else who's here, I know if you're on YouTube, you're watching this, I don't go live on YouTube because I don't know what everybody's schedule is. And if you ever want me to go live on YouTube, you're going to have to let me know. But as of this week, I will not be going live on TikTok or Instagram after today if I can help it. Unless it's a martial art live where we're just talking. Because on Friday, I will be doing cosplay and working the Saber Knight Lights table at the Galaxy Con. I'm looking forward to that. So I need to get all of my Instagram and TikTok lives out the way right now. And normally I do an Instagram on Fridays. I'm offered TikTok if they want a Tuesday or Thursday night beat down. No one's really responding, so until that bridge comes back up, we're just gonna go with what we're doing today, which is a Tuesday thrashing, whatever you want to call it. But we're gonna do bound fighting in the front. To see what you missed, the video should be up on YouTube already. But if it's not, it will be up at some point at some time. It comes to Havoc number 2. Everybody's done Kung Fu Havoc number 2. The video should be up. Not gonna swear to it, but if you're watching this, it's past 11 o'clock and you can see that it's still in the daytime out here, then the video is probably up. Alright, so again, you are never gonna probably ever have to use this, but knowing that if I can do it, you can do it. But I've also been doing this since I was 12 years old. Field tested fighting with your hands tied. It is not really recommended, but you know, to one-on-one, you're good. If it's one-on-some, you have a problem, and you should know that. Yes, I did the one-on-one and the one-on-some in this actual yard. By the time I was 15, we moved over here. I did it again here. I did test it in the projects. It worked on one-on-one. I never had enough friends to do a one-on-some, but when I got over here and I did it at 15, I did some shit. I also fucked some people up doing it blindfolded. So yeah, not the best idea that you can have. But it can be used, it can be worked, and you need to be taught properly. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna teach you properly. And I didn't do it with my hands behind my back, I did it with my hands in front. Right? Now that was when I was 15, when I properly field tested on more than one person. At 12, you ain't got enough friends that are brave enough to take a hit. Anyway, one hand in, one hand in, and we're going to start with your high block right, your high block left, medium right, medium left. Medium right with me, medium left with me, low right and low left. And the reason why you need to know that, because we can do this as well, and this, because most people are right-handed. So they're going to probably throw a punch at you on the right side of your face first with your left, so you block moves, and then they do a return, because, the train, boom, boom, left, right. Now, every now and again, you get a southpaw person, or someone who's doing Wing Chun, and it's right, left. All right? So, therefore, boom, boom. Now, with your hands tied in front of you, it's a hell of a lot easier to protect yourself versus your hands tied behind you. We will give you a refresher course on my maximum flexibility of this right here, which is not high enough to protect my face or bat away any punches, because I am not a contortionist and I am not flexible. So that there, this block, and this block, useful, but highly unlikely that you're not going to wind up on your back if you're fighting a smart fighter. Now, up here, boom, 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 boom. You can block and strike all day. Now, the only problem is on your counter strike is that your hands have to work together. I block and I strike. This hand, boom, boom, boom. So if I'm doing Wing Chun, I'm good. But if I'm just a regular ass fighter, boom, boom. I got to learn how to go with the hand that's going to strike, the lead hand and the follow. Boom. Now, understand that whichever hand I'm throwing that punch, this hand's being dragged along whether I like it or not. So I need to know how to make sure that they work in tandem as a cohesive unit so that I don't get fucked up. So therefore, as I said at the beginning of this, you're not living a life where you're going to have to use this shit. And if you are living a life where you're going to have to use it, I hope that I taught you how very well. I also hope that you get out of that life so that you don't have to keep fighting with your hands tied up. Now, I'm going to bring up an interesting fact. You guys can Google this shit. You're probably not going to find that much information. But in case you do, if you learned capoeira, old school capoeira, they taught you how to do the ginga with your hands down. I brought this up in videos before. Because slaves fought in chains. So when you see people like Eddie Gordo and they're doing all this shit, initially capoeira was taught in chains. So it does help to know that you can do a little bit. That looked like complete shit. Let's try that again. Boom, boom. Real quick. Still looks like complete shit. My hips don't work anymore. But you understand, they were taught in chains. And they were trained in chains. So if you learn capoeira, you may have a little bit of bound fighting. Unless they took that shit out. If they took that shit out, they kind of robbed you a little bit on your teaching. But it is what it is. Now, back to what you're learning here. Your high right, your medium right, your medium degree, and your low. Those are going to help you from striking somebody's left attack. If they're coming at your right side, this means they're going to go a left jab, boom, a left hook, boom, a left kick, boom, a left kick, boom. Understand? And if they're throwing a left kick and you're able to get your leg all the way up here and block it, because you might be a Thai fighter, good for you. I can't do that. I'm short. If you're throwing the left kick at my head, I have options. Yes, I can block that shit. But the best thing for me to do is step back. When you go all the way through with that momentum, so your kick would look like this. When you go all the way through, when you're right here, you've gone all the way through. I'm right here. Boom. I got out of the way, and then I hit you because you went all the way through. Knowing what kick to throw in a fight is paramount towards the situation. I know everybody's going to be like, well, you don't really know what kick to throw. That is kind of true and kind of not. You're fighting a guy who has his hands tied. Think it matters what kick you throw? It matters to him. It's not going to matter to you. Now, if the guy is not good, and he can't fight his way out of a wet paper bag, it's not going to matter because you can front push kick, his hands are tied. All day. He'd be like this, all you got to do is whoop, in the gut. Every time. Toe tag him. In the gut. And if you're taller than somebody like me, toe tag him. Right in the forehead. Kick him in the neck. Boom. His hands is tied. It's not like you can do much. It's especially if he doesn't know your basic block. Boom, boom. As you see, I blocked with the prayer hands. Boom. You're gonna fix your blocks accordingly. All right? You're going to fix it. This here, don't do that. Because if you kick your thumbs, they're gonna get broken. But you can still block with the prayer hands. Just soon, but not like this. All right? There's a good chance that you're gonna get your thumbs broken. Now, the thing is, you still are going to be doing a whole bunch of fancy shit with your hands. It's going to throw off your balance. It's going to make you make some mistakes. Mistakes happen in the fight. And in fact, I will give you another phrase that I live by. 1,000 things can go wrong in a fight before one thing goes right. And you better fucking swallow that phrase and you better keep it. Because I can tell you right now, we're fighting. I block, I push kick, and I round kick, and your hands aren't tied, I'm going to keep going. Because I'm going to have to stop you because my hands are tied. Now, if you do a push kick and I block, and you do a round kick and I block, this still is a good chance for me to survive. You know? So, you do that push kick, I block. You do that round kick, I block, and I sweep your foot. Now that I swept your foot, I got options. Option number one, get the fuck out of dodge. He's on the ground. Now, unless he's going for a kick up, you should be down. And if he's going for a kick up, then you should be there, boom, drive his ass back down. So a lot of people fail to understand that you are not safe just because you can kick up. Alright? And you know you see it on all the TVs and all the movies and shit. But what you don't see is that a smart fighter, when you're going for that kick up, I'm checking your chin. With my foot or with my fist. When you're going for a kick up, boom! You're vulnerable. Understand that. There are parts in fights where you are vulnerable. It's the same reason why I said, you see my hands are tied? You duck that shit, my testicles are free for the win. So you duck. Boom! I'm grabbing my shit. I'm in the air. It's more than likely I'm going to land on my back or my face. I'm going to get fucked up. Sorry about that. That's a local guy. Anyway, you have to understand combat changes in combat. Alright? You need to know how to adapt. Fighting with your hands tied, you need to know how to adapt. If you cannot adapt in combat at the appropriate time, which more than likely means you're probably getting your ass whipped, so you need to adapt so you stop getting your ass whipped. You're going to continue to take that ass whip. Blocking is important when your hands are tied. Everything that you've been taught is important when your hands are tied. But there are some things you can utilize, some things you cannot. And you need to know that going in. And again, like I said, no one watching this video right now is living a life where their hands are tied up to the point where they can't use them, and they're not kidnapped. Alright? Now, if you are living that life, may God have mercy on your soul, and I hope you've been trained on how to fight with your feet as well as your hands, and how to work them as a cohesive unit. Now, you're going to throw sequence of kicks. Now, when I get to this last kick, you're never going to use that shit in fight. You might use the first one. Boom. Yeah, front kick. Boom. Boom. You're not going to use that tornado kick. That front kick and that round kick, good to go. So that front kick, boom. Step back, boom. You get back, and you can keep getting back so that you can have room to engage. Right? Room to engage, control the range of your opponent. You have to know these things to actually survive a fight. Because if you don't, when your hands are tied, you are dead meat on a slab. Now, I'm going to end this live soon, but before I do, we are going to practice with our hands tied with this weapon. Now understand, I have a sword. I will use other weapons, so don't worry, it won't just be this. You know, so I have this sword. What I don't have is the ability to utilize all of this. Yeah, you see me doing that. But you're going against an opponent and your hands are tied. You are not going to get the chance to do that. So you're going to stick with basics. You have your right hands up or your left hands up. You're going to stick with things. Block, 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 block. Thrust, strike, strike. Understand how that works? Block, 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 thrust. You need to end this quickly. So if you block and then thrust, you're good. But he'll probably block too. So your hands are tied. That limits your fucking motion. So if you slice down, you need to be back in position to thrust up. Slice, he blocks. Come through, thrust. Block, thrust. You're going to need to be able to do that. What you're not going to need to do is this. Hands tied. See how I got tangled up there? Virtually pointless. You want to keep that shit real. You know, block, block, strike, strike, block, 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 block. You want to be able to do that. Because if you're trying to be fancy, you're in trouble. Yes, you can block. Reverse grip. Boom. But you see how my hands are limited? So I can protect my arm. You know, boom, 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 boom. You know, striking, you know, I'm going to have to bring it in, bring it out. But I'm not going to get the chance to do the whirl. So I'm just going to have to strike. Swoop, swoop. That's different than this. All right? That's way different. Now my left hand's up top. Strike, strike. I'm blocking, by the way. Boom, 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 boom. Thrust, boom, boom, thrust. Now, hands back on the right, hands back at the left. It's not going to matter which one's at the top when your life is in danger because you're going to have to work that shit out. Boom, that's a block. Boom, that's a block. Boom, that's a block. Boom, that's a block. Now those strikes, coming, 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 coming. So, block, 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 block. I'm thrusting. We're probably going to block it. Hands are tied. I don't have time to worry about getting them untied because I'm trying not to die. Understand that you can still use weapons when your hands are tied. The problem is you're not going to get a lot of time to accomplish that goal. I'm sorry if you can't hear me. It's probably the computer with the fan thing. I do not know how to adjust that other than to move it over here, but the phone's got a gangster lean, so sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to use one comma as a tampa. Re-engage my hand. So, outside, inside. Alright, got that? Block, strike. Block, strike. Now my hands are tied, so that's limiting my motion. So if I block and block, I need to be ready. I can block and I can strike, but you see where this was? It was inside, so if I fuck up, boom, it's gonna knock me out. You don't want that. So when your hands are tied, you have to remember that you have that one weapon. That one weapon is either going to make you or break you. So you have the tampa. You're not using this as a comma, even though it is a comma. I'll show you comma drill in a second. But you're blocking and you want to strike out. You don't want to so much try to strike in because your hands are tied, you can get caught in the rope. If you're going out, it's away from the rope. If you're going in, it's kind of towards the rope, which can get you in a situation that you don't want to be in. Alright? So block, strike. Alright? And that's with a tampa. Now with a comma is a cutting device. You aren't going to be doing this. If you're smart, you know, you're in a comma and you got it, you know, I'm going to cut the fucking ropes. So now you have one rope and you have a comma. The rope is off, it's on your wrist. Now you have the comma now. So now you have a tactical chance to fight. Block, boom, you know, you're good. Strike, strike. He's probably blocking, so you're going to keep trying to strike. Don't worry about this, it's just dangling. You cut your hand free so you're good. So you can still protect yourself. Boom, boom, boom. You don't want to do this. Boom, boom, boom. No. You want to keep that shit sharp blade facing away from you. Strike, strike. Now they're striking, so you're blocking. Boom, boom. Now in that process, remember commas you have to get in. So boom, boom. You know, you want to hit them in the belly so that they'll bend over. And this is about the only time that it's probably going to be cool to stab someone in the back. Yeah, because that's what you're going to do. Chobos work a little differently. when your hands are tied. What are you not going to do? You're not going to do this. Okay? That's a no-no. You got your hands tied, boom, 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 boom. Understand your blocks. Let me get it back this way. So front, front, back, back, lower back, lower back, high down. Alright? Same thing in the front. High in the front, low all the way around. Windshield wiper, that kind of shit. Never and not ever would you do this. Hands are tied. You know, you gotta think about shit before you do it. Because you don't want to fuck shit up. So, block, boom, push kick. Block, push kick. Why am I doing a push kick? Because it's fucking simple. You keep that shit simple because your fucking hands are tied. You're not gonna be doing some shit. Boom, boom. My foot left the ground. My block and I kick, but I miss. He sidesteps, he sweeps this foot, I'm on my back. Or I'm on my face. You don't want to do that because your hands are tied. I understand that people put themselves in situations, they don't have to put themselves in situations because they watch too many motherfucking movies. Save the fancy shit for the movies. Basics are going to save your ass. Your hands are fucking tied, you have an issue. There's always going to be an issue. Now for fun, this is not going to be easy. Can it be done? Yeah. But like this. Boop, boop. There's not going to be any of this shit. Alright? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's also not safe. You have nunchucks and you have your hands tied. You have your short range, you have your mid range, you have your long range. Keep those. That's it. Guys coming. Boop, boop. You're not going to have to work as hard. Boop, boop, boop. You don't want to do that jump kick. You want to keep that shit simple. Boom, boom. You understand? Y'all can't even see my feet. So let's go back out here. Maybe you can see my feet. We're going to step in the animal crap. So you can see my feet. Good. If you can't, sorry. Stuff a little coming up. So again, I'm going to hit him. I'm going to use a push kick, which is basically a front kick without jumping. So guys coming. Boom. Boom. Push him. Now I can strike him again. I'm not going to do this. Boom. Because if he catches my foot or sweeps this foot, I'm in trouble. Understand? You're also not going to be doing this. Like that's going to wind up knocking yourself out. You're limited on your hands. You can't get your hand under there. Yeah, I got my hand under there. I've been doing this for quite some time. So I let this go. There's a good chance that guy's already on top of me. You don't want that. I got nunchucks and you're coming at me. Boom, boom. I shouldn't have to use my feet at all. Just keep swinging to some bitch until I hit something. Boom, 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 boom. You know, coming up, going down, side to side. Everything else, bullshit. Your hands are tied. You're not gonna get the chance to do this fancy Michelangelo shit. You're not gonna get the chance to do that. Your hands are tied. You're in deep shape. You're gonna be under a lot of stress and a lot of pressure. It's not gonna work out in your favor. Understand that shit. One last thing for fun. Don't worry, I'm gonna put the hands back on. This is a big fat 1000% hail to the fucking no. That means don't do it. Hear those birds? Coming from that direction. Hands are tied. All I can hear is the birds. So if someone's coming from this direction, I'm not gonna hear them. I hope y'all can hear them. Because that's the only thing I have to listen to. But see, there's a problem. I don't know your height, because I can't see you. I don't know your range, so I can't control the range. I know my range, right there, right? But if you're taller and you stop short, I'm at your mercy because I can't see. What are you not gonna do? You're not gonna do this. See how I landed? I don't know if I'm facing y'all. Excellent. But that's the thing. You're going to never ever fight blindfolded. You're never gonna fight with your hands cuffed in real life. Unless you have a life that I don't know nothing about. Which means you're either really awesome or whatever you've gotten into, you fucked up. So the thing about fighting with your hands bound, best way to have your hands bound is this way, because you have options of protecting yourself. The worst way to fight with your hands bound is this way. You have options of protecting yourself, but they are very fucking limited. You need to understand. Recap. Your opponent's right here. Your door is right here. So you have to engage him. And if you have to engage him, boom, you need to be able to reset. Boom, reset. Now I'm on the balls of my feet. I know y'all can't see them, but I'm on the balls of my feet so that I can move around. He's coming, boom, I'm getting out of the way. So, regardless of what style you take, I'm on the balls of my feet so that I can move. You know, I'm not going to be completely flat-footed unless with one foot. But that's going to change because you're going to have to adapt in a fight. You're going to have to adapt. You need Sensei, Sifu, Shidoshi, Maestro, whoever teaches you whatever fucking style they teach you. They don't teach you, you're going to have to adapt and move in a fight. Stop paying them. You can learn the hard way from the school of hard knocks without spending thousands and thousands of dollars, but they're not teaching you everything. They don't need to teach you everything that they know, but they damn sure need to teach you enough that if you're paying thousands of fucking dollars, what's going to work in the dojo and the streets? What's not going to work in the streets? You need to know that shit before you walk out there. But you also need to walk in that door with confidence knowing that you're learning shit. You also need to understand that when you leave, training's not over, it's just beginning. You go home, you spend the hour with the dojo, put in 5 more minutes, put in 10 more minutes, put another hour in. Whatever you're comfortable with, but put that shit in. I say this all the time. They can laugh at me all they want, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Put that fucking shit in. You don't put in that work, you're going to get hurt. Sometimes when you put in that work, you do get injured. Those things happen with shit that you love, you know, but you're going to have to understand that shit. Now, I don't know if y'all can see me or hear me or whatever. This is not just Gatorade. This bottle is also a weapon. Boom, boom. But the Gatorade bottles work better than the regular water bottles because this has weight and thickness. An Aquafina bottle, if it's not loaded, it's not going to do much damage. It has to be a full bottle so that you can hit them where they can do damage. Do not hit yourself in the throat. Do not hit yourself in the gut. I need to work on my gut because it's kind of fat. But understanding that pain comes with this. There's no way of learning martial arts without learning some pain. People slip when they train. Accidents happen. Now, you're going to either be a really good sport and take it like a G, or you're going to get really pissed off and then someone's going to have to teach you a bad lesson of martial arts, which we don't want. Alright? But understand, that's why you don't do fancy shit. Now, before I end the live and all the stuff, we're going to talk about the one weapon that's the most important weapon that you're ever going to have. Your brain and your body. You see me do weapons today in the other live. You see me do weapons just now. And here's some cold-hearted shit. You don't walk around with ninja weapons on you all day. Shit's illegal in 50 states, or at least in some cities. So you're not gonna walk around with a katana. You are not the fucking Highlander. Alright? You're not gonna live forever. 9 times out of 10, those weapons are only generally processed for progressed or used during tournaments. And 9 times out of 10, if there's a weapons tournament, it's not competition where you're fighting each other. You're just showing off for the crowd, and you're impressing the crowd like the twin Wushu girls. I don't know their names, and I'm pretty sure they're not twins, but they dress alike, and you know, after 5 minutes, be racist with that either. It just is what it is. When I see people, if I don't see you for 5 minutes and I see someone who looks like you and I call that name and it's not your name, there you go. But also, if you're wearing similar clothing, if you're all wearing the same school girl uniform, and I call one person's name and she looks just like the person I called 10 seconds ago, in 5 minutes you all look the same. Now, back to the base of what I was about to say before that. When you're training with weapons and you're doing weapons, that's great. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to be in a tournament and you're probably never going to use those damn things in real life outside of you can go watch all these Wushu videos, because Wushu's cool as fuck and I no longer get to it. But you're going to watch all those Wushu weapon videos, Japanese weapon videos, and they'll show you. But they never fight each other outside of Aikido. In Aikido, the weapons are wooden for a reason. And they have armor for a reason. That's about to be the only one where you're actually going to do combat training with that shit. Alright? And if there's something else, somebody can correct me later. Type it in the motherfucking comments. Now, as I was saying, the ultimate weapon is this thing right here. Alright? Everything that you can do here and you've been taught to do here is supposed to transfer into your fist, forearm, elbows, knees, feet, and in some cases, thighs and other extremities. You have to learn how to use every body part in martial arts. Every part. If you're right-handed, you work on your weak side. That way it evens everything out. Your right side will compensate, trust me. I do everything left-handed, and I'm not naturally left-handed. So you have to learn how to operate your shit. This is the best way I can show you. Okay, this is my right hand. You tell me which one you like better. They're about the same. But I'm also sucking at swords. Very, very much I suck at swords. A little better with these. So you need to work on your weak side. Even everything out. Balance everything out. Now my hip replacement screwed up everything with my left leg. So my left kicks aren't as powerful. They aren't as fancy as they used to be. I'm also out here on ground and not on level ground. So my left stepping side kick, it's a little more off now. My right stepping side kick, understand? My right round kick, my left round kick. Now this bitch hurts every time I use it. So I know I have to be careful. Because we don't want to have to go back to the hospital for 18 hours of more fucking surgery. This one is the next one, 18 more hours of surgery. They're both service connected. Now, my jumping left front kick. Okay? My jumping right front kick. You understand? They're about even out. My jumping spinning back kick. Right leg. Left leg. With my hip, it doesn't look half as good as it used to. Alright? Spinning back kick left. Spinning back kick right. Now, I used to be able to do a spinning hook kick. Not with this one anymore. Because it hurts to bend this bitch. But spinning hook kick with the right. It's a spinning back kick with your hook, your leg. So, you hook it. I understand I have to adapt. Because this leg doesn't work like it used to. Doesn't mean it doesn't work. It means it doesn't work like it used to. The human body will always be the world's most dangerous machine. That is not just a quote from Fatal Fury, that is a fact. How you use the human body in a fight is going to make you, it's going to break you. Use it well, you survive the fight. Even if you lose the fist fight, you still survive the fight. That's what conditioning is for. You're not going to beat everybody. You're not. Now, I'm probably going to get banned if I say this, so I'm going to word my shit carefully. You do not have to beat everybody to unalive them. And my natural saying, I will make a TikTok, not a TikTok, not a TikTok, definitely not an Instagram. I'll make a YouTube about that with the actual words, because everybody always says to martial artists, especially to me, oh, you think you can beat everybody. As I said before, I don't have to beat you to unalive you. Now, when you think about that in its entirety, lots of times I mention lethal ordinance. Lethal ordinance is bad. So for those who do not know exactly what lethal ordinance is, it is where I hit you in a spot that is going to drop you permanently. So I'm either going to collapse your sternum, or I'm going to collapse your larynx. One way or another, you're done. Because another thing that I live by, you can't breathe, you can't beat me. Alright? So when you are taught to fight in the real world or the initial world of boxing, you're always taught 2 to the body, 1 to the head, 2 to the head, 1 to the body. If the head drops, the body will follow. In martial arts, you're pretty much taught the same thing. Only now your feet are involved. Alright? If you take out the head, the body will fall. Sometimes that's true, sometimes it's not. Try going against a TIE fighter. You have to work that body to make a TIE fighter go down. They're going to protect their head, but you got to work their body. That pretty much goes for a lot of other martial arts styles. But if you're not taught that you need to adapt per martial artist, per style, you're going to get fucked up. Alright? Now again, you learn combinations. So I haven't done this in a while, so it's going to look fucked up. I'm going to jumping spin kick and a foot sweep. It's going to look fucked up. I'm letting you know now that it's going to look fucked up. Right? Again, I'm 49, haven't done it in a while, don't know if I can still do it. But this is the combo. Jumping spinning back kick, followed by a low foot sweep, going in the same direction. Not the foot sweep where I go in the opposite direction. Although that is a combo that I can no longer do, it is something that some of you young people do. Here we go. Boom. Okay? Now there's a problem there. If I miss that jumping spinning back kick because you decided to step back, and I miss that foot sweep because you lift your leg up, I'm vulnerable to attack. Which is why you don't do that shit. Those are finishing moves. They work great in the movies because they're in the movies. And in real life, you can keep that shit basic. Guys running at you, bam, front kick. That front kick can become an axe kick. Boom, boom. You know, guys coming to the side, boom, boom. You know, you don't have to do too much. Keep that shit basic. Guys running at you, you don't want to do this. Because if you don't time it right, he catches you at the knee while you're in the air, boom, your body slammed. What happened? You thought you were doing something. That's what happened. Guys running at you, your options are simple. Front kick, step inside, or side step, knee, elbow for karate that way, side step, knee, elbow for kung fu that way. People don't understand how kung fu and karate differ. Alright? So I'm about to give you that lesson in this fucking video. Okay. So for kung fu, I'm going to pitch you. Boom, boom. For karate, you're throwing a punch by the way. I block and I strike. For kung fu, I block and I strike. For Kempo, I block, I break, I strike. Now if you add all 3 of those together, boom, boom, boom. It's a whole lot less time than boom and boom. Alright? Because here's that thing. We're both doing karate. If I block and counter, you're going to block and counter. We're going to block and counter all fucking day long. I ain't got time for that. I'm old. So block, break, strike. That's me. Get to the outside, break the elbow, slide up the arm. So I'm going to slide up the arm this way, go for the throat. If I can't reach your throat because of your height, I'm going to slide under the arm. And I'm going to go for a rib. Understand? Not up here, but here. Now if I go up here, I'm going mantis, and I'm going to jab it right in there. Now take a grip and try to hang on to that bitch for dear life and try to rip that bitch off. I'm doing tiger, it'll be the same thing. Boom, snap, crack. I'm going to go up there this way, it's going to be an uncomfortable grab, but I'm going to go up there that way, and I'm going to try to grab on for life. Same thing if I do eagle, same thing if I do snake, I'm going to grab that shit. Now, smart money says, don't do that. Break the elbow, I can get back into position. Would have been better if I would have hit you in the throat, but I broke your elbow. So you're like this now. Yeah, this shit's barely functioning. That gives me 3 other appendages on your body that I'm going to break. Because you're going to get mad, either you're going to not fight, or you're going to continue. If you're going to continue, I'm just going to get to the left. Crap, I'm going to do the same exact fucking shit. I'm going to break at that elbow. A lot of people don't teach you to break at the elbow because they don't know the damage that shit can do. Because most of them have not been taught that shit. Break at the elbow was very, very bad. You can break at the wrist, doctor's going to reset that bitch. Doctor's going to reset this too. But you're going to do more nerve damage breaking at that elbow than breaking at that wrist. Alright? Now, I will attempt to read some of these questions and answer it, and I will attempt to actually invite this person. Okay, that's not working. That's the one thing I hate about TikTok. I can't invite people. You know, and that shit fucking sucks. You know, I used to be able to invite people, but I can't do it now. And Instagram, I still can't invite people. But the thing is, you know, if you're gonna learn martial art, you gotta make sure that you learn more than one. You gotta learn how to adapt. You have to be ready for everybody. Because certain styles, if you can recognize it, you can probably beat that person using that style. And Gatorade should still give me a job. Excuse me. But yeah, so you're going to American Kickboxer, they're coming here. You're going to Thai Fighter, they're coming here. Now, those things have changed since the 80s. Alright? Most people, if you're going to fight them, they're just going to come at you in a regular ass boxing move. Alright? Because that's going to throw off your game. It's going to throw off your game. If you're southpaw, or they're going to do Wing Chun, it'll be right foot and right hand first. If you're a regular ass karate, it's going to be left-handed. It's going to still be this way until they adapt and learn to do it this way. Now, they can still do karate from a southpaw stance. You need to understand that shit. Because if you don't understand that shit and you blink, you're going to get punched in the eye. Twice. So you don't want that. And what you really want to understand is that fighting is not a game. You also have to understand the principle of fighting. Alright? Fighting happens when a discussion goes wrong, and it goes from a verbal discussion to a physical discussion. And in the physical, you don't know if you're tough until you actually get there. Alright? Everybody thinks they're tough. Everybody. Until they get there. Now, I thought I lost my toughness until I got hit in the eye twice for driving a stolen van. I tell y'all that story before. It's on YouTube somewhere. But my cousin literally stole a van, and before he got to our house, I was talking to people younger than me. Shout out to CLS, shout out to J Diz, shout out to my brother Man King. But anyway, the point being made is, I talked up that shit. First damn thing I said, because somebody asked me, how long has it been since you've been in a fight? I said, long enough that I can't remember. And then I was like, I don't even think I can still take a fucking hit to the face. And it's like, what? All that practicing you do? I said, yeah, but that's practice. Practice and getting hit in the face are two different things. I'm not going to let anybody practice using my face as a punching bag. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. And I ain't that damn stupid. But you know, I mean, if I'm in that as a professional and I got the headgear and the mouthpiece and I'm getting paid like $400 or $500 an hour to get hit in the face, yeah, because I'm getting paid to do it. If I'm not getting paid, I'm not letting you use my face as a punching bag. Not a fucking chance in hell. So that's how that happened. You know, I didn't think I could still take a hit. My dumb ass, I was outside peeking up. My cousin pulled up. We got to Belmont. We almost hit the bus station. That was the second time. The first time we almost hit the bus station at Stoney's. So my dumb ass got in the driver's seat. Then there was this guy whose daddy's van that my cousin stole was just skipping along at whatever place it was next to Putt Putt. And I never seen a grown man skip to a fight until then. And I'm exceptionally traumatized, so when I see people skipping, I want to hit them. But he literally, right up to the window, smacked me dead in the goddamn face. I was in my seatbelt. Now you know why I don't wear my seatbelt properly. He literally hit me. I had my glasses on. And I was like, I know this mother. Bam! Hit me again. You're fucking dead, buddy. And I couldn't get out that seatbelt. When I got out the seatbelt, this 400-pound cop sat on me. By the way, I wound up in handcuffs that night because that was like the second time in my life I've been in handcuffs. And I probably should have used the shit that I show y'all on the guy that was talking all the shit, which was his big brother. The younger brother broke his hand on my face, so I could take a hit to the face. But that's the reality of how much conditioning and training pays off. I didn't know I could still take it from him. Now I don't have to question myself. I know I can take a hit. But like I said, for everybody starting martial arts and for everybody doing martial arts, no one really knows how tough they are until they can take a hit. Now, if you take a hit, just because you took a hit from one person doesn't mean you can take a hit from somebody stronger, maybe somebody weaker. Those are things that they need to also prepare you for when you go to these schools of martial arts. I'm sure they don't do it because they didn't prepare me for that shit back in the 80s and the 90s. I'm 49. I started martial arts when I was 7. You did math. I still do martial arts. That's why I make these videos, just to prove that training never ends. When I was much younger, I trained for 3 hours a day after class. Go to class for an hour, walk from class home, and train some fucking more. Especially on the weekends until I had to start working. Once I had to start working, that 3 hours went down to 1 hour because life happens. And I still went to school for that hour, and I came home and trained another hour, except for on nights that I had to go to work. But while I was at work, as soon as I finished washing dishes while time is waiting, I go outside and I practice. That's kind of how I got jumped on my job. So fucking training at work. Somebody wanted to see if I could do my shit for real. And then we fucked around and found out. And the worst part of that, I had a coworker. Shout out to Chris. He's a big, real tall white dude with red hair. He used to work at Kegley's. It was back in the 90s. And if you're still alive, shout out to you. Because he watched that shit. He didn't help me. He just watched that shit. 2 white guys that I didn't know. And 1 white guy that I did know. And 2 girlfriends. One guy went off this way, and that's where I fucked up at. The guy that was running his mouth was the one I was focused on because he was running his mouth. He set me up real fucking good. I probably should have hit him, but I wasn't thinking about them attacking me because I'm on my job. Alright? When you're on your job, you don't think about somebody attacking you on your job. I've never met a person that is super hyper paranoid that, oh, I'm gonna get jumped on my job today. I don't live in Angel Grove, so I'm not thinking I'm gonna get jumped on my job. So when the guy grabbed me, he grabbed me from the back, and my arms was like this. And he put me in a reverse bear hug. And he was ragdolling my shit. So my legs is like this, and my arms is like this. I was like, oh, hell no. Now, I panicked for 2 seconds. And then I realized something, and I was like, wait the fuck up. I know Kung Fu. Whoa! So we went over, because he was still ragdolling my shit. And we went over. I used the momentum that he had and flipped us over. We landed on top of him. On his back. Every bit of wind he had in his body was gone. Took this elbow, boom! His arms come off. I rolled backwards off of him. I said, man, you can get the fuck up. I'm gonna give you the chance that you didn't give me because you want to jump me from the back. The guy who was running his mouth shut up when we flipped over. He slammed the fuck up. The big guy, on the other hand, could barely get up. And he was bigger than me. Because he was every bit of 5'11". So the bigger you are, the better I like it, because then I ain't got to put up your ass. So don't let your size misguide you. He got up, he was staggering, and I went in for the kill. And I don't know how to this day, even at 49, how the fuck his girlfriend was like 7 steps away from him, and without fucking running and not missing a beat, she's about to take a hit for this piece of shit. And I kept telling her, you need to get out of the way. I'm never going to hit a woman unless she has a weapon in her hand. This fucker, he asked for this ass whooping. I'm on my motherfucking job, and he wants to jump me on my job because my friend and his friend decided that because I could do this, let's not forget, I could do this, because that's what got me into that shit. Showing off on the job. It was training for me, but it was showing off for them. And that's what led me to that fucking shit. gotta be careful, but you gotta put that training in. You see the clusterfuck that I just described? Anyway, they went on their way. My co-worker, who thought I was fake, started rolling. That was awesome, man. You really know that shit. When you flip that dude, all that shit. I'm sitting here mad as fuck because he's macking these hot chicks. He stops talking to them when I get back in range and says all the shit that I just said. I'm looking at him like, what the fuck you ain't come up there and help me from? You had that shit on lock, bro. You ain't need me. I'm sorry, I thought your ass was fake. So thanks. Roll my trash cans into the damn kitchen. Call my mom. Tell her I want to quit my job. I done got jumped on the job. Been there 2 years. Never had a fucking problem until that shit happened. Outside of the white guy that kept calling me chief. So you understand the human body. That is the only real weapon you have. These things, they're tools. They're extensions of your skill set. For sure. Very useful. Until you come against somebody who actually knows how to fucking use them and how to take them from you. Which goes back to you need to learn how to adapt. The best thing for a fight is to use what you got and the skills that you have. And you need to train day after day after day. When class is over, it's not over. Your lessons don't stop because class stops. This has to be a way of life for you. If you do not understand that concept, you can use martial arts as an exercise. You can use martial arts any way you want. But understand that shit is a part of your life. And you need to keep it as a part of your life. Because if you don't train when class is over, you can't get mad when you get your ass kicked. You can't. Now, there are some exceptions to that. Because sometimes you're just going to find somebody that's just better than you. It's going to happen. Now, how you adjust and adapt is how you survive. You will probably never encounter that person again. And again, you might. Do not attempt to seek revenge. Because they probably still was training, because they probably might not have beat you by skill. They might have beat you by luck. Sometimes luck helps. I lost a sparring match. I'm going to end it after this. I lost a sparring match one time in the front yard. Family would never let me live that shit down. Losing a sparring match is not losing a real fight, but people don't seem to get that concept. And you learn from losing. You learn your best lessons at a loss. You learn your best lessons. You learn on what to improve on yourself, what to look for in yourself. Not in the person that you lost to. You learn by looking within yourself. Any sparring match that I've ever lost, I've never lost another one against that same person. Except for the one that got away, who became an ISK kickboxing champion. Talked all that shit when my cousin died, but then he didn't show up here to fight me. And had me sitting outside for 5 hours. Maybe it was 6 hours. Whenever 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. is, that's how long I was sitting outside in a wrestling chair waiting for this ass fuck to show up to fight me. So understand something. I lost the sparring match. That one was going to be real. And I won't lose in that one. Because he started it. And I was going to finish it. Permanently. But he went back to New York. Became ISK champion. I wish him well. I could care two shits. Later down the line, I joined the fucking army. Any fucking how. Here's how things work. You are going to meet people that you just aren't going to win against. You need to prepare for that. But just because you lost one time to that person don't mean you will lose the second time. But it also doesn't mean that you will get a second time. I never got a second time with that guy that I lost the sparring match. But see, when that second time was coming, I was fighting out of anger and vengeance. Because you know how many times people have rubbed in my face, you can't beat that guy from New York. You can't beat that guy from New York. But they weren't around when that guy from New York refused to fight me day after day after day. There are children in the yard, so I'm going to end the lives, and I'm going to end the YouTube video, and I want to thank you guys for watching. So, we will work on doing a Tuesday or Thursday night throwdown for TikTok. Friday Night Lives isn't going to happen this week, only because of GalaxyCon, and unless the Saber Night Lights guys allow me to do a Friday Night Live, or unless I do it from the hotel room, then it won't happen. Thursday night and Friday night are not going to happen because of GalaxyCon. So just giving you guys the heads up now. I won't be making a YouTube about it anytime soon. But if I can live GalaxyCon, and if everybody's at the table is okay with it, then I will attempt it. If not, then it won't happen. So thank you, TikTok. Uh-oh. Something going wrong there. Thank you, Instagram. And the hell is going wrong there? No, I'm ending the live. Okay. And thank you, Kung Fu Havoc number 2. I'm your host, Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Thank you guys for watching. Be seeing you.